Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about psychology of winning poker, and in a lot of videos I have told you about how the losses can compound so quickly in poker, and over a long period of time, why so many players lose so much amount of money. So let me give out some points to help players to win in poker, because ultimately why you have taken this course is you want to win money in poker. And if I'm discouraging you, or if I'm telling you all the points that why you lose in poker, and if I don't tell you the ways you can win, this course makes no sense at all. The title is uh, you know about winning. So why, like in so many videos I have talked about losses, is that if you prevent those losses from happening, that's going to stop the outflow of the money. That's going to uh, make you hold the money, and you can then play to win. Okay, when you don't have anything left and you have just been chasing losses, you are just donating to the game, a time will come when you go bankrupt. Okay, and like it's not just some theoretical concept. Okay, you will feel okay, it can't happen to me, but if you see all the great players, they have gone bankrupt, and you generally don't find the mention of this thing in poker books like Phil Hellmuth or Dusty Schmidt, or several other players. But the reality of of this game is going bankrupt over a period of time is so easy. Okay, so that's why I have told so much about losses in poker. So let me detail you some points like how you can actually win. Okay, and okay, for all the average players out there, hit and run is the mantra of success. Okay, and Doyle Brunson isn't going to tell you Phil Hellmuth has his reputation to save. He isn't going to say, okay, start hitting and run. Okay, the first hand you win big, the first big pot you win, just take that money and run out of the casino. Okay, run out of the card room. They are not going to tell you that. They are just going to show you that what big sums of money they have won in the tournament, what are their net winnings in tournaments, and how to play that perfect game, how to play which kind of hands be tight. So that's all they are going to tell you. Okay, but for the average players, the first rule is hit and run. You hit your straight, you hit your flush, the other person doesn't believe you, he donates all the money, he doesn't see that on the turn you could have 4-7, and that's why you're calling such big bets, and he goes overboard with his two pair kind of hand, and you really win big. Okay, and then you walk out. That's winning poker. And for all the players that have a completely different level, they are experts of the game. So I will tell them, put your opponents in difficult situations. Okay, that's winning poker. Okay, so force your opponents in difficult situations. It's not about playing tight aggressive. It's not about like when Phil Hellmuth says I made that much money just by playing premium hands. So that's not the winning poker nowadays. Everybody is tight, everybody is kind of decent. If you see the card rooms and the skill level of all the players, everybody has read all those books except for probably one player who is very new to the game, who hasn't read those books, and who is probably like a tourist, or who is there for entertainment, who came for the casino games like roulette, and somehow some friend told him, okay, there's a poker game going on, and he sat down to play with all of you. So so nowadays the rule of winning poker is putting your opponents in difficult situations, and there are so many ways how you can put your opponents in difficult situations, like three betting light, four betting, even five betting in some spots, playing deep, having your stack more than 200 300 big blinds, and when some average player wins 200 300 big blinds, he doesn't know how to play deep stack poker. So and you can win his entire winning. So playing deep, okay, skilled players you will find always play deep because they learn how to control the size of the pot, okay, with small hand small pot, big hand big pot, okay. If you always put yourself in situations you where the hand your hand strength matches the size of the pot, and you don't go in those crazy situations like like say raising with jacks, three betting with jacks, four betting with jacks, putting it all in, and then depending on luck to win versus a hand like ace king, or maybe even like kings. So you are playing intelligent poker, okay. And the other rule of winning is playing a game and not tilting, okay. So you have to know like it is so much negative EV. There's such a high cost to play poker. 3%, 4% rake. Some casinos charging 5% rake, even though it's capped. It's such a huge burden, and that's why casinos are okay uh, to devote a entire a large area for this kind of a game, and not other slot machines or roulette tables or blackjack tables, because they know that they can make huge sums of money from this game because players are loose, and probably they would be building ports, and casino would keep taxing them with rate, and they would be making good money, okay. Dealers are going to be paid, the managers are going to get paid, the owners are going to make money out of it. So how can you win in such a scenario where there is a business how to make money out of you? You play your A game always, you don't tilt, you go out of the card room if you're having low energy. If like your races got cracked, okay, then you won't be in the right mental frame of mind to play. So not playing when you are playing your B game, C game, realize that and walk out, okay. So then like how can you win? How can you win deep? So understand, like think about this scenario that there are like hot streaks, okay, hot winning streaks, and that's why most long time casino players go play slot machines, because they know that if they go hot, and they can sometimes win a jackpot, okay. So that's why most players play slot machines. So sometimes some players, would win really big, and I saw a player who was playing a slot machine, and somehow he won the jackpot of $100,000, and that's what attracts all the players. And you see WSOP tournaments for poker players and skilled players in large fields of tournaments like $10,000 main event where thousands of players are competing to win. then the skilled players are, only going to survive those fields, and some skilled players, will rise to the top, and they are going to realize huge wins. So that's why, like, you should play poker. Okay, aim for really big wins. Okay, if you just, grind the cash games, then sometimes you're going to lose, sometimes you're going to win. See, like the great players like Vanessa Selbst, if she just played the cash games, I don't think like she would win $10 million even in her entire lifetime, because there are several reasons. One thing, she would get bored, then because poker is so repetitive, and she was highly skilled. She quickly, played some tournaments, she won them, and then she played bigger tournaments, she won them also, and then she went on the largest stage, started winning millions of dollars in the biggest tournament. So that's how you should also aim. For example, and you don't want to risk your own money in it. Okay, let us say in an year you earned say $80,000. So out of those $80,000, I believe you would spend at least, you would give taxes on it. You would give 30% in tax, and your savings uh, would look like how much? Probably like about 18 to $20,000 you can save in a year. And out of your savings, 18,000, $20,000, I believe you shouldn't spend on poker more than $2,000 in a year. Okay, if you are making $20,000 in a year of net profits that are going towards, your retirement, just spend, $2,000 and not more than that. That's 10%, of your net profit for the year. So get skilled, play online, just deposit $100, try to make it $10,000. And of course it's very hard. Even if you see the micro stakes, it is so hard for people to win because of the high rake. There are so many poker rooms out there, but everyone is, charging you the max rake they can, as long as the players aren't going to run away. And some of them would give, rake back like 35%, some start giving like, 70% rake back, so that but that's, very rare, and you should always, aim to get rake back. Okay, with it, like, you can win a lot of money back in your account, and if you put in a lot of volume, which you need to develop the skill in this game and expertise in this game, you will see that rakeback contributes to a large part of your winnings. Okay, so go for rakeback deals, and try to okay, let me just put it down. Another rule: try to play poker with insignificant money, and when it becomes significant, then cash out. Okay, taking wins is also important. If your account goes like from $100 to say $5,000, don't continue. Cash out a major part of it, and then again, try to do the same thing. Don't let your significant amount of money go back in the system. And what you should do, okay, this is another secret that I'll tell you. Aim for progressive wins. Okay, so let me give you an example of a famed player, a WSOP champion, Jason Mercier, and I saw his page on WSOP Player Search, and I saw that initially he played a very small size tournament, something like $1,000, $1,500, and he won that. Okay, he won a sum like I believe like 25 or $30,000 he won. And then he went and then he used it to gain entry, or probably, he then just, maybe he had already had the bankroll to play that. But just imagine, like, if you win a small tournament, $1,000, $1,500 in the game you are skilled at, for example pot limit, Omaha, or stud, or whatever is your specialty, develop some specialty, you win that, you get 30-40K. And with that, you take 10,000, and with those winnings you attack a bigger tournament like $10,000 WSOP main event, okay, where the first place prize could be something like 7 million or $5 million. So do take chances like these, and once you have gained sufficient skill in it, that's what should be your aim, okay. So if you really win big like Jason Mercier, uh, and I don't think like you saw that hand in which he Jason Mercier had a open-ended straight draw, and he completed it in the final stages of that WSOP tournament that he finished in first place. So he got lucky in some position, and then he took it down. So you can also, get lucky some places your skill will take you, and you can maintain your deep stack, always be above the average players in the tournament, try to keep surviving through every stage and make it to the final table. And you know and maybe then you could be, the next WSOP champion. So always aim for very big wins. So don't don't get stuck, in live. Anyways, you don't have the volume so that, your real edge will show. If you have like a 2% edge versus, all the players, then you don't know in an year what will happen in a cash game. You may even lose, then you may go on a downswing. But in a tournament, like, if you get a little lucky, you go on a hot streak, you win a WSOP satellite, you can play that. Like, even if you have $100, you can gain entry into the smallest satellite. If you are skilled, you will take it down, I'm sure. If not the first, and probably your third attempt in the satellite. And then progressively use those wins to go for bigger large field tournaments. And I believe that's the right way to approach this game, because it is so hard right now, to win in poker, and businesses are making a lot out of it, billions and billions of dollars. So I believe I have given you some winning tips, and thanks for watching this video. Do also ask me if you have any question. If you have some personal issues in poker, you have some mentality issues, do ask me, and I will try to, help you.